For my second video, I actually kind of wanted to go into my backstory, talk about how I got interested in self-discovery and development, and I guess expanding my horizons. Those all sound really cliche, but I guess that's what it is. But instead of going into that, I kind of have been impressed all week that there's something else I should be talking about, something that's a little bit more pertinent to me and what I've been going through recently. So that's what you get to hear today. Every day I try and listen to one or two audios that are positive, that are encouraging, that kind of remind me of where I should be going or where I want to go. And one, I think it was about 3 days ago, I listened to one and it was talking about overcoming your fear and taking the next step. How it's all well and good to hear these things, but there's something called action. And to actively get to the next place requires that action on your part. And I'm like, yes, that sounds really great. And I liked it. And then I moved on to the next thing. And then it was really interesting. But on Friday night, kind of had this church thing that I was listening to, and they were talking about witnessing, about whenever you have a story or whenever you have something that's happened to you, you have the obligation to make sure that you tell the next person, because something that changed your life or changes your life could affect others. I'm like, yeah, that's all well and good. Of course, in the Bible study the next morning, that's exactly what we continue to hear about. And one of the things they talked about is what happens if you don't witness? What happens when you don't share your side of the story, when you don't talk about the thing that's pressing you or the thing that's exciting you? What does that look like? Someone drew an analogy between this and the Dead Sea. It's a terminal lake, salt lake. The Jordan River flows into it, but there's no main water source that flows out of it. Because of this, it has a huge buildup of salt and other kinds of stuff. It pretty much means that no fish or anything can really live in it besides some types of bacteria and I guess some types of like microbes of some sort. But nothing large or anything can ever live in it. What he was trying to say is that when you don't give yourself, or you don't allow yourself to be used, if you don't allow the message to go through you and go to the next person, or if you don't act on what you've learned or what you're doing, the message becomes stale. It can't help anybody. It becomes almost worthless. Nothing can really grow, and you can't grow past that moment in time. You can't grow past that one lesson if you never ever apply it. That message has been weighing on my heart a lot. I listen to the things I'm supposed to. I think positively. I dream about the things I want. For example, even this channel, I think about what it'd be like to actually make a difference in someone's life, how to say something at the right time or have something that changes somebody. I think about what it could be, how I hope to have someone or multiple people on here who can shed light that I can learn from, that hopefully are interesting to the people who will one day be watching. I think about all of these things. And to be honest, this isn't the first time I thought about creating a channel to document my journey. In fact, the first iteration of this was a blog I wanted to do, and I thought about doing it almost a year and a half ago now. I looked up all the information online. I did all of my studying about different websites, how I should create my web pages. I studied this for months, and then I decided it was really invasive and it wasn't really something I wanted to do. Plus, I was really busy and I didn't have enough money to like buy the stuff I needed to. Again, I didn't need to buy anything, but I decided I didn't have the money to buy it, and I gave myself all these excuses about why I couldn't actually do what I was thinking of doing, and then I didn't. I didn't do anything. And all of the thoughts and positive things that I think about, I guess they die. You know, everything came in, but there was no action. There was nothing pushing it out. and it sat inside of me, and it died multiple times. And I'm finally pushing it out. And I've been trying to make sure that I'm doing that, and not just a YouTube video or creating a channel, but also in other areas of my life, in my job. Am I allowing things to just occur, or am I taking charge of where I want my job to go, where I want things to happen? I understand I can't change everything, and sometimes it feels like you can't change anything, but am I deciding that I'm in charge of my own destiny? Because if I'm not, that becomes just another area of my life that I get upset about, that I let fester, and any possibility of me moving forward in a way that I want dies. Am I doing this with my business? I have another business that I'm trying to promote, and problem with me trying to promote it is I'm not very good at promoting anything. I don't really like to do that. So I don't necessarily talk to people about it. I love the product. I think it's super great. I can't say enough about the positives of it. But I only think about how great it is when I finally get the opportunity to share it. Again, if it just sits with me and I'm the only one thinking about how awesome it is, I don't actually think about how awesome it is. And in fact, I stop thinking about it at all. It just kind of sits there and dies. I guess I've been given that message from all the areas of my life right about now to remind myself that the action is important, and not just the action once or twice, but consistent action is what gives you the results that you want. The point of all of this is you should be expecting more videos from me. I am resolving to become a more active participant in my life. The things that I think about, the things that I want for myself, I'm not going to give excuses about why I can't have them anymore. I'm not going to tell myself that I'm not worthy. I'm not going to tell myself that I'm too busy. I'm not going to find a reason for me to fail. I'm going to do the action required, and I'm going to do my best at it. And whatever those results are, that's what I'm taking. I don't have to be perfect, but I do have to keep trying. And that is something that I'm really going to focus on. Staying consistent with my efforts and the action that I'm putting in. Because of that, my goal is to make sure that I have 2 videos up every week, at a minimum 1, but the goal is 2 every week. I owe it to anybody watching this to be consistent, and more than that, I owe it to myself to follow through on something that I say that I want. So, be excited to hear more from me. Anyway, if you've made it through this whole video, please hit the like button. Hopefully I said something that you actually liked. And if you're interested in any way, shape, or form to hear more from me and hear more about what I have to say, please hit the subscribe button so that you know when I post new videos. Most importantly, if you have anything that you would love to say, anything that resonates with you, any advice you want to give, anything you want to share at all, please make sure to put it in the comments, because I will definitely read them, and I would love to hear what you think about any of this. Anyway, I appreciate you listening to this whole thing, and I will see you next time. Bye.